Okay. Video time. Oh God. Okay. I'm finally through the campaign. I have to say that, well, the campaign was good. Were there bugs? Of course there were bugs. Was the performance great? Absolutely not. The performance were partly really bad, like really bad. Especially in King's March. At some points I went below 10 FPS. So it was really bad. This was actually... Was this? I think performance-wise, this was the worst playthrough of the campaign that I ever had. But when I remember correctly, and I think I remember correctly, it's only the new stuff. Everything else was fine except for the towns, because there were so many people that dropped the frame rate. Aside from that, the campaign was fine. It looked great. The new areas are beautiful. All of them look great. And we finally have a snow area, which is nice, looked nice. My main concern is that, well, the maps are way too big. Like, way too big. Today I already played the last part of the interloops. I played the Doriani one, and that thing took me over 2 hours. No, I'm not speedrunning it. I'm just casual player walking through it, doing the stuff. And it took me over 2 hours. Now you might say, oh, that's not that long. It is. And it was frustrating, like really frustrating, because the maps are so big that if there is more than one thing that you have to find, you're wandering around like you are in a desert trying to find water. It, the maps are so big that I got frustrated by it. So frustrated that I actually wanted to stop playing. I just didn't because, playing through the campaign, streaming, and doing a YouTube video, of course. So I had to play it. And I mean, parts were fun, when I actually were doing stuff, and then the parts where you're just walking and walking and walking and there's nothing happening. Which can be for several reasons. Number one, the density of enemies is too low. Or number two, you missed something and backtrack. And worst case scenario, you miss something, you go back, try to find it, but it's not there, it's another spot in between. And that's the problem. The maps are too big. Way too big. It's incredible how big they are. I mean, sure, it's impressive. Tech-wise, it's impressive that they can be this big. Of course. But if that's the only reason they're that big, then they don't need to be that big. Don't make them so big just to make them big. Because for me, it was massively frustrating to play through Act 4 and the interloopers. I mean, I already had kind of the... Well, Act 3 was not that bad. To be very fair, it wasn't that bad. After they shrank the size of the maps in the last season, it was okay. Some are still too big. But Act 4, it seems like they haven't learned from the criticism of Act 3. Because to me it feels like the map sizes in Act 4 and the interlopers is bigger than in Act 3, where everyone complained about the size. And that's my problem. And now you have Act 4 and 3 interlopers, where the map size is way too big. Act 3 is okay. And still, some maps are too big for what they are. Especially if you just enter the map and then just travel right through it to the next exit. Why is the map so big? I mean, sure, you can argue, oh, it's a pyramid. Of course, the down level is really big, then they get smaller. Yes, but gameplay-wise, why? Gameplay should always be number one. And gameplay-wise, having maps that are so big and they are basically empty, it's frustrating. And it's not even that they are empty, there are things in it. Like in the last map, was in the mountain. We had one boss fight and there was one chamber with loot. To get there, I think it took me 10 minutes plus to get to the boss, fight the boss without, I think, going below 50% HP. The bosses didn't do much. That were the twins. And after that I looked at the map and saw, yeah, there's a treasure. So I went, okay, let's look for the treasure. I found it very fast. But if I hadn't actually went and looked for it, I would have completely missed it. And that's a thing in general with these massive maps. And yes, that's my main and almost only problem with this league. It's the size of the maps. If you go in the map and you're walking around not knowing what you are doing, what you are looking for, and they are huge, you are missing stuff. Like totally. That was when no, completely wrong. When I was in the desert and trying to find I don't know which in this area you find compass thingies that show you where to go. You have to find 3, I think, and it took me ages to find them. Because first I didn't know that I have to find them. I completely accidentally found the first one. Completely accidentally. I was already up here. And then I went back because I had the quest thing here. So I was like, okay, I don't know. Guess I go back. And then I went back and then I ran around, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. And then I found the first thing and then I just followed that because it showed me where the next one was. Thank God. So then it was easy. But it took me ages to fight the first one. Ages. It was horrible. Like, oh my God, why? Why is this so big? Why does this area need to be so big? Number one, you don't know what you are doing. Number two, you don't find what you're supposed to find because you have no idea what to look for. And then it takes so much time. It's just the time. Why does everything need to be to take so much time. It's incredible how much time it takes just to get through one of these maps. You move from the entrance to the next area, and in between is a boss. Or, well, at the end of the map. Why does it take me 10 minutes to get from the beginning of the map to the boss? Why? Why does it need to be that big? There is no reason for it. Like, literally no reason. At least no reason that I can see. And that's my... not my only, but my main criticism of this league. Everything else is, you know, it's a technical issue or a bug or, you know, or something that can be changed very quickly, you know. But I think this is a major design flaw that they seem to not be able or willing to overcome. Everyone said that Act 3, the maps were too big. So then they, you know, made them smaller. Thank you, okay. That's great. But why are the maps in Act 4 and the interloper so big? Why? You knew that people don't like these huge maps. You knew that. Because the people are saying you, telling you, we don't like that. They are too big. And they are too big. Way too big. Which is getting really frustrating if you have to find something in a map. And that thing is huge. Yeah. Yes, that's basically it, yes. That's why I really... I mean, I enjoyed playing Act 4 and the interloopers, mostly. The only thing that, you know, got to me was the size of the maps. That was really dragging me down. You know, literally destroying the fun that I had. Which is really bad. That shouldn't be the case. And I really think they have to rethink their approach to the size of the maps. For several reasons. I mean, I'm absolutely not willing to play 30 something hours through the campaign each season to get to maps. I'm fine with 12 hours if I'm slow, maybe even 20. But this is ridiculous. Today I did this and it took me almost 2.5 hours. Why? It's not even that there was anything that, you know, challenged me. There wasn't. The bosses died easily. The last boss fight, I barely took any damage. I barely remember anything here, any of the bosses. Because they were so easy. Well, actually, one was not easy. It was actually kind of hard. But that was because of the chaos damage. The chaos and AoE chaos damage. It was ridiculous. But the rest was easy. Very easy. Easy peasy. Yeah. But walking around all the time, not getting anything done, that was... And yes, I know I'm repeating myself, like, you know. But this is... It's the main thing that really drags the experience down for me. so massively that I'm now done playing the game for at least a couple of days. Because I just don't want to be in these massive areas anymore. And just, I'm happy I'm through the campaign. And now I do something else. Yeah, so much for that. So much for that. Oh boy. I hope you have a good, whatever time it is where you are. Bye bye.